There's a lot of spirits on this property. There's a lot.
There was a small 9-hole golf course, and these are some structures that were supposedly around the golf course. There's, you know, like a tool shed, water tower, or tank. The thing that we forget about is likely in the early 1900s, this probably was all pasture. This is only a 28, but they're digging.
Look at something.
Pretty heavy iron. Makes me wonder if it's a part of like a wood stove or something. Or not knowing either what that tank was made out of. I'm envisioning like a wooden, almost like a barrel, but the tank could have been steel too, I guess. Or it's a button.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. It's pretty smooth. Is the shank all bent in? No, it's squashed. Handy dandy toothbrush. Okay, so that dates this section right here.
Yeah, so it's older than.
So that's a dandy button, right?
Yeah, it's older than the golf course.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can just barely make out where the shank was mounted. And it's got a design on it.
Oh, look at that. It's got well, that's pretty neat, because now if we're in the area of the water tower, which obviously this button is not from that time period. For those of you that may not have watched the first episode, you really should. But I'll try and post a lot of the pictures again. But the lodge was built in 1911. So this is long before 1911.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have come off of someone's clothing that, you know, somebody from 1911 could have had a jacket that was passed down through the family forever or something. But more than likely, this is more than likely there was a homestead here somewhere. And this still, we're kind of learn as we go, but the lay of the land, it kind of, if you learn to kind of read it, like this is a pretty flat spot. And I think as we go over that way, it's going to drop off a little bit. So, you know, there could have been either a house here or a garden here or part of a pasture. I didn't bring my thing with me, so.
So we're still right near that well. He is still digging. I just said to him, wouldn't that be cool if it was like a treasure chest?
Well,
Buried treasure over there.
unfortunately, I don't think it is.
No?
No. I think,
Are you hitting it?
yeah. I feel like it might be a piece of pipe.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Which would,
Cool.
yeah. It's kind of weird that
Alright,
it,
it's going to take a minute for him to get that out of there.
yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it out because I think it
Oh.
goes from the water tower somewhere.
Oh. There's the water tower right there.
And there's a pipe.
And then the pipe is way... Oh, you can kind of put it down there. You guys can really see a little. See it? Wow.
So they must have plumbed in either some makeshift irrigation for back in the early 1900s or just had water going over here for something. Sorry, folks. Looks like a point from a sickle bar mower. It's weird because you could tell that's what it was because it's all just sandy there. You can have it.
That's cool. There more there?
I don't know, that might be my shovel. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a 50. It's deep too, supposedly.
Is that it?
Yep.
What is it? It's like a bell.
It does look like part of a...
I mean, it makes me think of the old-fashioned bicycle bells. I have no clue. A mystery item. Having a design inside there. Well, it's definitely something. Huh.
As one of the guys we often watch would say, it's a thing.
It's a thing. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it kind of... It looks pewterish to me, where it's not all like just rusted. It's.
I mean, would it be part of the cup of the hole?
No, I don't think so. But and it could have been like
Black
a
marker?
bell. It could have been a
Mystery item.
kind of cool.
If you guys have any ideas, put it in the comments. We're in the middle of the woods.
Find them from time to time, I think.
You do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Somebody found a shovel.
Oh wow.
That's a more modern one.
Yep. Is it one of yours?
Nope.
Nope.
Number 6. It's a bird one. So, no, but like back when I was growing up, it was one of those things. I mean, I've deer hunted since I was a little kid. Started with my dad and my grandfather and uncles and aunts, and it was always, if someone got a deer, it was a great thing. It was, you know, it was
Well,
an
I
experience.
remember when I met you, it was like a celebration.
Right. And it didn't matter what you got for, you know, if you got a deer, you got a deer. I kind of, I kind of liken the metal detecting thing to that a little bit, where, you know, it's become a much more popular sport in the last 10 or 20 years, to a point that we overlook some of the stuff that we find.
Yeah.
Because it's not a coin, or it's not, you know, I mean, I get a huge kick out of finding these old buttons, because these buttons were on someone's clothes in the late 1700s, early 1800s. And how did they get here, you know? But I think we lose track sometimes of, not to sound like I'm, you know, I don't know, not like preaching or whatever you want to call it, but I think we lose track sometimes of the importance of just things in general. I mean, that shovel blade over there dug, it might have dug the hole for the pipe. You know what I mean? It's like, the square nails. It's like someone that I talked to the other day had mentioned that every one of those square nails was, you know, a lot of that stuff was hand forged, and, you know, no, there wasn't a machine going ching, 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 spitting out nails the other end. You know, it's, or you're right. You go down to Edmunds Hardware and buy a 50-pound box of nails to build your house with. You know. So it is kind of neat just to find, you know, just any signs of people living here back then. Told you it wasn't a piece of pipe, didn't I?
Oh,
I lied to you. Actually, no, it is a piece of pipe. It's threaded. It's a union.
You don't even know what it is.
Piece of cast iron. Probably a piece of I don't know. Could have been, it's round, kind of, could have been a part of an old
something.
Like a bean pot, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, my immediate thought is like part of the side.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say,
It's near the
well, I'd say there was a,
water tower here.
I feel like there might have been a pole in that. You know what I mean? Like a.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Am I
then
wrong in saying that there was a windmill? Trying to think.
Well, you can look at it on my phone if you want. You can't see it as clear. Yeah, see, there's another one here.
Oh, I see. I said this on my last video. This is my fear that I'm going to fall into something.
There's another one right behind you.
Jesus.
And then there must have been another one.
In the bottom. There's a chute that goes out that way.
Yeah, but look at the. So the other one's right here. So there was a post, a post, a post, and a post. So this could have been the water tank. So it was a 10 by 10 foundation for something. Let me look at the map. Water tower.
So he said the first building or whatever was refreshments, and then
I can't read what that said. Wind, does that say windmill maybe? I can't read what it says. And then down beyond that was a tool room. But that's headed. It almost shows like this little stone wall. So that would be the water tower.
Right there.
Which
Those
would
four
be those
posts.
4 posts.
Okay.
And then whatever that says down there.
Tool room.
Well, right there says, I don't know what, I can't read it.
Tool room, windmill, well,
yeah. So
well something.
So I'll bet it was probably the well windmill.
Water tower.
That's what it was. It was a, yeah. So we put this together. So there was a windmill probably that ran a pump that fed that pipe and fed whatever it needed to feed out of that well. So that is a well there. So this was actually the water tower.
Okay.
And then somewhere between here and the road that we came up on is the refreshment place.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I mean, yes, there's people here, but the refreshment place kind of gets my
Interest. People paying for things.
And the fact that where we are. So
Do you want this shown? You guys are really going to be able to see it. But...
No, you don't have to, but
So here are probably the bands that held the water tower together. You can see them? They're just kind of on the surface here. It wasn't going to be raining this weekend because I'm a little bit like, oh my God, there's so much to explore here now. It's like we got a map. We have a map and territory to figure out. It's starting to rain now, but it's not bad.
It's telling me to have a drink.
Yep. There's your signal. It's so peaceful out here.
My kid forgot to bring her water with her, so I gotta...
I know, my water's back in the truck.
Good thing you made one for me.
I know.
I'll have you put that in my bag. I'm kind of thinking that this is another one of the bands.
Oh.
Or some part of the water tower thingy.
Yep. It is.
Looks like it's a band from something, because it looks like it might have had a hole there that, you know what I mean, like a part of a shovel or something. Or
This is a tool friend of the day. So we're in the area that we believe is the refreshment area, but look at this. Like, this is oh, add more battle scars to my face from these branches. It's just too dense. Like, there's no way that we can get through this. Trying to get over to Steve, and I'm like, if he tells me that this is a button, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, don't know what it is.
It appears as though it's lead.
That's another mystery item. Design on it. Boy, that's a hard one. If you guys can think of anything. Now, do you think that this is crushed, like this was flat, and then this connected to something?
No, I think,
No?
no, because it's seemingly not like dirt in there. That's the bottom of it.
Yeah. Huh.
It almost looks like something that was... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm hoping that his microphone is picking up this. This is our first time using his microphone.
No, on the map it shows
Whoop.
Pierce Place.
Whoop.
You don't have to report.
No, it just Pierce Place we're coming to.
Which, I don't know if that was like Colonel Pierce had a, you know, like a little cabin or something built so when he came to play golf he could hang out. I don't know.
Colonel Pierce. All right, I'm gonna try to do this. It's pouring rain. There's a man over here, so I'm kind of like sitting down. I feel bad because you guys aren't gonna be able to really see these rods, but have to bear with me. I'm getting the smell of like pipe tobacco. But so is there a man here with me? Yes. Okay. Can you point to where you are? I feel it's coming from over there. Okay, so the rods are pointing over here. So was this your property? Yes. Can you tap the first letter of your last name? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Trying to see, you guys can maybe try to see the rods a little bit. You owned this property. So the man that I'm seeing is over here. The stone wall is running this way. Steve is back there. It's kind of stout. It's like a stout shape to him. He's actually dressed very casually, aren't you? Yeah. I can see him in, like, he has a little bit of a belly, but muscular, kind of stout is the only way I can describe it. Okay. So your first name, the first letter of your last name starts with a P, right? Okay. So what's the second letter? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Is your name Pierce? You're distracted by my husband. Wondering what he's doing. Wow, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. My name is Karen. And have you been following us on our property? On this property? Yes? Okay. It's very grand. Yeah, this is a really amazing place. Did you smoke a pipe? Yeah, I do. Right. I need to start sketching because I can see him, but I wish I could just sketch. I'll try to find a picture. Even if I don't find a picture of you, I'll try to find a picture of him or something similar. He actually doesn't look like, he's got kind of like a round face, but angular, like nose, not like a round bulbous nose, but like kind of a pointy nose, round face. Doesn't look like he has a lot of hair, or it's either like really slicked back. And what I think is funny is that he does have in his hand you have a cap. You're holding a cap, like a hat. Okay. Where was your dwelling that you had out here? Not your main house, but where was this house that you had back here, or cabin? Can you point to where that is? Back there. Okay. So that's where Steve is. That's my husband. Is he close to your property? Yes. Okay. Can you tell me, were you here in the 1800s? Were you on this land in the 1800s? No. Okay. Were you on this land in the 1900s? Yes. Okay. So, did you smoke a pipe a lot? Yes, I can smell it. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, it's like really getting poured here. So we're going to come back. We're going to be on this property for quite a bit. It's nice to meet you. So we're talking to Mr. Pierce. He just pointed that his property is down there. I was sitting here and I'm like, all of a sudden I could smell like cherry tobacco, like a pipe, and I could see he was standing over here, kind of a stout man. I can see the outfit that he's wearing, which is kind of cool. He's holding a hat, kind of a round face, but more of a pointier nose, and he doesn't look like he's got a lot of hair, or it's either slicked back, but he, I can smell it. What is that? Oh, all right, I'm going to show you what Steve just found. He said he's been following us. I don't know if you can smell it at all, but it's like really strong. It's like I know it's not, we're like way out in the woods. There's nobody out here with a pipe. Said he was here in the 1900s. Says this is his property. So what are these?
Here, see how the heads are different on them? They're like rose heads.
Oh, you found two of them?
Yeah, both in the same hole.
Wow, that's cool. Okay. So we're soaking wet. We're probably gonna head out now and try to come back and see if we're somewhere in the vicinity of where we think is his house. And like I said, his pleasure camp. I don't really know what to call it. I wanted to try to communicate with him more. He's definitely following us around. And we'll just tell Mr. Pierce we'll be back. We'll be back. Well, we can chat with you some more. You can show us where your cabin was. You have it marked, so Steve pinged this area, so that way we can find it.